don't know what he's doing on the phone, but either we should give away his secrets on his phone if we can avoid it. But knight f3, played here by Magnus. He starts with the ready. And, well, Tanya, you know Aronyak Ghosh. He's a very strong, talented, up-and-coming player. What do you think his chances are like against Magnus here?
Chances against Magnus are usually quite bleak. Let me just put it out there, Robert. But of course, you know, it is this form.
Yeah, well, Aronyak, he's thinking maybe he's scared of Magnus's hair, which seems to be going up, and away. Every single time we see Magnus, the hair continues to balloon there. And we're getting word that on Magnus's phone, not texting, he's not looking at chess. It is a fair play camera. So all players in the pro chess, you have to have multiple cameras on. They're in a call with the fair play team at chess.com. Shout out to them for ensuring that everything is safe and sound. Whoa, what is happening in this game? We're getting the Swiss cheese pawn structure for white, going g3 and then e3, and look at all these light squares. But Aronyak with b5 and Magnus switches diagonals with his bishop instead of fianchettoing goes after the b5 pawn.
Just an incredible opening from the start, and that's exactly what we saw Vaishali do, but it didn't end so well, and now Magnus eventually just fianchettoing and then getting his king to safety. Very often white will break on the queen side with the a pawn advancing, trying to target that early advance by the b pawn. Magnus first continues with development. I'm looking at Magnus's setup here where he's playing pawn from, and I have to say, Robert, it looks rather messy, just like the kind of opening that we've been seeing from him. But also, I think this is where he streams from. We see those other streaming chairs where we often see his friends, and this is where he ends up playing.
Maine continues to grow, and it's adult Simba. He is the world chess champion. He is an absolute monster. He just decided to strike with the move c4, just saying, what are you gonna do about this pawn tension? I'm not sure that white is really threatening to take on b5. You typically don't want to give up a more central pawn for what amounts to a flank pawn, rook pawn, because once this trade happens, a5 will open up for a. But he's just running. Oh, okay. Well, Aronyak decides to take on c4. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he would leave the tension. And you see, Tanya, the eval bar immediately suggesting that white is much better after black took on c4.
And the reason for that is that the b file has opened up and it gives white more tempos to finish development. While notice how black's king side is still underdeveloped, Aronyak still needs to develop that bishop, needs to get his king into safety, while Magnus now has all the tempos and the chances on the other side of the board to continue putting pressure. Definitely a surprising decision there by Aronyak to take on c4, and he might have to pay a price for it in terms of not being able to complete his development.
Yeah, that's one of those inaccuracies that it looked like an innocent decision, right? You just took a pawn on c4, but white gets the rook to the open file. Black's rook now sitting passive, and a6 seems like it will be easier to target into the future. Not to mention that white's king is safely castle, black's king is in the center. So if I were Magnus, I think I could just push my d pawn forward. Why not? He does just that, and maybe he'll even push it one square more to block in this bishop, saying your fianchetto bishop stares into my own pawn. This should be good news. is under attack. May rook d8 traps and wins this bishop. And wow, this actually just looks totally over.
It does. Look at that bishop on a8. That is not even worth calling a bishop in this position. It's got no future at all. Now, usually in the Benoni structures that Black has, Black does sacrifice a pawn but gets control of open files like the open B line or the C line. But here we see it's Magnus who's up a pawn but also has full domination on the only open files in the board. That gives him huge advantage. He goes on to win second pawn, and this came in with a tactic where at least Black managed to get that a pawn, but I'm scared for that bishop on a8. Where is this queen going? Let's say you go to e1, white queen can jump onto c7, hit that rook, position falls apart for Black move by move.
And queen d7 looks pretty good. Also, rook a7 doesn't win just yet because of rook e7, but if you kick the rook over here and then play rook a7, you're going to barrel down the 7th rank Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, he just sees it instantly. He's going for it. You can't stop this checkmate without sacrificing piece on b7, and a full extra piece and pawn from Magnus Carlsen will settle it.
It's time to resign. Aronyak is considering throwing in the towel. He's down to less than a minute and he does it. It was all over, Robert. As you're pointing out, queen f7 is a massive threat. Black has to give up a bishop, loses the game. Well, with that, once again, Magnus showing up for his team.